Well, she's pretty damn foggy, but it feels like a nice morning. Welcome back to another glorious sunrise on the west coast. Today is December the 30th, so this is going to be my last fishing trip of 2017. Once again, kingfish was on the menu, so my first job was to try and catch some live baits. It was a little bit different from the last trips. Just outside the bar was barren. I headed down the coast a little bit and into slightly deeper water and found the mother lode. I tried small soft baits, small jigs, and even a sabiki coated in secret sauce, but I could not get these fish to bite. I even caught a nice 35cm snapper on the sabiki, but no jack mackerel or kahawai. I was surprised I actually landed this fish because I was using really cheap sabikis, and if you aren't careful with your drag settings, the fish will just bend the hook and win its freedom. After spending over an hour trying to catch some live bait, I eventually gave up and decided to put my faith in lures and jigs. This is, after all, what I catch 95% of my fish on anyway. Every time I see dolphins out here, they always want to play. So after playtime with the dolphins, I was back on course to reach my destination. I always approach this spot with caution because it's shallow and I don't want to spook the fish. I once again set up the first drift and started casting a stick bait. No takers on the stick bait, and my drift was getting shallow as I approached the area where the kingfish hang out. There was no point in casting away from the spot now, as I was right over the top of it, and I knew if there was any fish here, they would be right underneath me. So I swapped over to a 300 g jig and only 7 meters of water. Notice here how there are no fish showing on the sounder, but watch what happens after I start jigging. You can see that the jig has attracted a school of fish which is now sitting directly below me. A quick check to make sure that the camera is recording, and boom, I'm hooked up on the first jig off the bottom. As you can see, there was quite a few other fish down there. Check out the bend in the jig after catching this fish. I suspect that once I hooked the kingfish, another one tried to steal the jig off it and a tug of war followed. I repeated the same drift a couple more times, but the fish had moved on. It doesn't take much to spook them when they are this shallow. But I already had plenty of meat to take home, so off I went. I spotted a few Maui dolphins just behind the bar on my way home. I reported the sighting to the authorities as these dolphins are endangered and there is only thought to be around 60 left in the world. The bar was pretty calm on the way back in, and the river was like glass, making for a smooth ride home.